Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to Graded Point Live. As usual, I am your host, and of course, with me is Piper. How you doing there, Piper?
What's going on, everyone?
Oh, ho, ho! Seems to have been some transition going on here.
I've had a really hard day. These fucking kids.
uh, all right, that was funnier than I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, but okay. In case you don't get the joke, that's Cab. He's back. He finally went to the dump and found a headset that worked. And
Yeah, no, I actually just beat up a kid and took his Xbox headset.
that's fine too. That's the way to do it.
Piper needs to cut back on the. You have no idea. I got fucking lung cancer right now.
all
So bad.
all this babysitting she's been doing, she's like caught up to a 10-pack a day habit.
Yeah.
Yeah. People.
So all right. So what do we got for the show tonight?
Well, see, we'll just jump right into it and talk about the duh moment of the century. New Avengers.
Bruh moment.
Huh?
The bruh moment.
No, duh, not bruh, duh.
Oh, okay.
Like derp kind of thing, New Avengers Endgame Chinese poster hints at the return of fallen Avengers. Like, we didn't know that they weren't going to come back.
I'm so shocked that Samuel L. Jackson will still be around.
Yeah. Like it wasn't already hinted at in the Spider-Man movie that takes place after this movie.
It also wasn't hinted at their fucking contracts that they have for several movies. It's like,
I just noticed that there's a really bad spelling correction that needs to be made on this article at the beginning. Brand new
avian niggers. That's what it says right there. Avnegers.
Avengers.
I can't believe they're fucking racist now. So Cowgiddy is a thing now. Yeah, we're eventually like turning into like one person.
So Chuck Wendig is up to no good again. Camp up 1138 came up with that name. Yeah, Chuck Wendigo. I like that.
Chuck Wendigo. Oh, we decided before the show that he has his own Star Wars character, and it's what was it?
Cuck Win.
Cuck Wind. Yeah.
Cuck Win. And
that's Star Wars.
Mrs. Obama, get out of here.
Like I'll dunk on you. Like she could dunk on Patrick Ewing.
Yeah. But so a brand new Avengers in-game Chinese poster hints at the return of a number of fallen Avengers who were snapped out of existence by the Mad Titan Thanos. I wonder what Race Realist.
Check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, Race Realist Thanos. He only snapped Detroit away. That sounds okay.
That brought back balance to the. Yeah, but adding like that, all these people, there's Nick Fury right there, and there's Scarlet Witch, and there's Groot, and I think that's Spider-Man. That's definitely Doctor Strange. That's Drax. Yeah, there's Winter Soldier. There's Panther.
Yeah, there's just
all the people that got snapped out of business are coming back. So let's not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure one or two will be because like what Iron Man, he's not coming back.
Well, he's going to come back, but he's going to.
Well, he's going to be in the movie, but like after this one, he's done. Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr.'s done. Chris Evans will be done.
Yeah, like they'll have the characters will still be around though. They're gonna. That's why they're pushing the whole Miss Marvel real hard because they're trying to like center it around her.
Yeah, but the idea that these characters weren't going to come back was laughable. If anybody thought that they weren't going to be like brought back somehow, So, what's this? More ads. Get out of here.
Some of these like nerd like business bounding in I mean, it's a good site, but fuck, you guys got to show these ads.
Well, at least they got a new ad for. They had like fucking a Justice League ad for like ever.
For DC movie. Still paying them? Is that what's going on?
I guess so, because like, damn, dude, like that's a little much.
Well,
The poster shows Thanos looming over all of the Avengers who are currently alive. Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hawkeye, and Black Widow, and Hulk, the original 6 Avengers, are in the center of the poster. They are flanked by Valkyrie, Wong, Rocket Raccoon, Nebula, Captain Marvel, War Machine, Ant-Man, and Okoye. Beneath the Avengers who are alive is a montage of those who are wiped out by Thanos. Their figures are darkened almost as if they are a shadow or in some kind of suspended state of between life and death. They include Nick Fury, Spider-Man, Groot, Drax, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Star-Lord, Mantis, Black Panther, Winter Soldier, Shuri, and Falcon. The most interesting part of the poster is that both Vision and Gamora are included among those who are snapped out of existence. Both Gamora and Vision were killed at the hands of Thanos in Avengers Infinity War before the snap. In order to obtain the Soul Stone, Thanos threw Gamora off a cliff to her death. Thanos would rip the Mind Stone out of Vision's head, leaving the android as a scrap of metal on the ground in Wakanda. One user on Twitter pointed out the poster is, quote, perfectly balanced. Oh, yeah. However, some characters are missing, specifically Evangeline Lilly's Wasp. Tom Hiddleston's Loki is also absent from the poster, as is Heimdall. Both Loki and Heimdall were killed by Thanos before the snap. One has to assume the inclusion of Gamora and Vision in the poster means they will somehow be returned to life despite being killed before the snap. That means the Avengers could create an alternate timeline where Thanos doesn't actually snap his fingers and wipe out all I love speculation. There's fun and stuff, but 9 times out of 10, it's just like they're just gonna.
I wouldn't put it past Marvel to do Disney to do. Oh, it's time travel. We're gonna fix the time travel, and then boom, we're gonna stop him from snapping. Everyone's fine, and they just put Ant-Man in his ass or whatever. That's how you beat Thanos, right?
Yeah, Thanos crawled right up his anus.
Yeah. First, Captain Marvel wearing makeup, then revealing Shuri died from the snap. The Rooster Brothers did a good job trolling the SJW. Okay.
Oh God, you weren't around for that. Like people, when the new Endgame trailer came out, and Captain Marvel was in it. She was wearing makeup, and everybody freaked out. Like she looked somewhat presentable. Yeah, she actually had lipstick on and a little blush and a little eyeshadow, and they were like, "How dare you?"
Oh God.
And
How dare you look like a chick?
They were all saying it's like, oh, but she's been in space for X amount of years. How in the world, blah blah blah. And they were saying you're overthinking this a little bit,
Yeah, it's because they done focus testing and realized, people don't like Brie Larson.
Yeah, exactly.
So we had to make her more likable somehow. So make her look slightly better. That's how you usually just do it.
Yeah,
that's basically what it is. It's not. There's no statement or anything. It's just people don't like Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear what the Chinese said about Captain Marvel?
Was she ugly or something?
Yeah, they said she's ugly.
Yeah, Chinese don't have any fucking sympathy for anything.
Yeah,
because they're all sociopaths. But yeah, especially if it's movies, it just no. Everything has to. Because if you ever seen Chinese movies,
mm-hmm.
especially the big budget, because they're always these historical epics, what they always end up fucking doing.
Yeah, but
it's always people in crazy amounts of makeup, and the costumes are fucking ridiculous, and they try to present a flowery version of their history, and it's always blown the fuck out. It's never down to earth, kind of oh yeah, this is me, Wang Chung over here doing kung fu or whatever. It's like a Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon shit, but drag queens.
Yeah, where they actually think that they can defy gravity and all this.
Yeah, I'm not like kung fu, the Chinese cinema from Hong Kong is a lot different from the mainland.
Yeah.
Hong Kong is the gung fu, all that shit, and then the mainland is the flowery, weird historical epics,
where they literally tame dragons and bullshit like that.
Yeah, they'll have the emperor taming a fucking dragon and riding it to defeat the Mongolians or something. Yeah. It's pretty sure that didn't happen.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Tom Cruise's Last Samurai is way more historically accurate than this shit.
Yeah. What the fuck?
But yeah, but when they get when they get the Western ones, the Western big movies with all the explosions and shit, they want everyone to be hot, anime characters and attractive, and
so you're saying they wanted Brie Larson to have an actual nice big ass?
Yeah, no. Chinese aren't about the asses. Really weird.
No, whatever.
No, they like the big boobs though.
Okay.
She don't got those either. So
Yeah. Why is Piper so quiet? Well,
hello.
shoving it right up your throat there.
Right up Thanos' anus.
See, this is how we Asians fool you. We make our movies seem fantastical and fake, but little do you know. Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah. That's the Asian movie making is like fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like if you see like because a lot of Asian movies they do the historical epics. They do that a lot more than like in the West because Asian has like they have like 5,000 years of history, right?
Yeah.
But like you'll see like a historical epic in the West, it'll be like fucking Napoleon era or Civil War or something like that, and it'll be like realistic. There's no fucking weird shit going on. It's just people talking and shooting muskets or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get like a Chinese one or a fucking South Korean one, and they're fucking floating clouds, talking to God,
or they've killed
diving
God.
underwater to find a sword. It's like what? No.
Or they've killed God, one or the other. It's
Yeah, they've ascended to godhood after finding the magical underwater sword, and this is the thing. It's because a lot of this is presented as our history. It's like it's a historical myth, but they tame it up, not tame it, but flash it up more. It's
like,
just really weird.
This did actually happen.
Yeah, they'll be like, this really did happen. No. This dude from India did not fly on a cloud and shoot lasers, and because have you ever heard like the I don't know which story it's from. It's from India though. It's like their version of like Revelations and the end times.
Mm-hmm.
There's one they have fucking flying. This stuff was written like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years ago, right?
Yeah.
They have fucking flying spaceships and laser fights and yeah, it is like this is some bizarre shit. For people to come up with like 3,000 years ago is how the world's going to end, and then usher in the kingdom of God and stuff. Yeah, but the Asian basically all the way from I don't know the end of the Middle East to Japan, you're all a bunch of weirdos with your storytelling from 1,000 years ago. I don't know how you do it. Could have been that opium. You didn't get that till way later.
That's true. Yeah, they were having hallucinations of what was actually, yeah. God, it was well, it's kind of like how we we used to joke about the whole meme of the katana that was folded 10,000
that's sort of the folded 10,000 times. Yeah, it's sort of the same thing. They mystify and a lot of like a lot of their history things. Yeah, it'd be like saying if George Washington he had his magic saber. Yeah, and defeated the British with on the top of his horse made of fucking diamonds or whatever.
Well, he did have the with the hatchet to chop down a cherry tree. So, that's
that was the Godslayer hatchet.
The Godslayer hatchet.
He won that in a D&D game.
You're telling me a man parting the Red Sea using only a stick is believable, but Asians are full of shit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Jews would never lie to us.
Yeah. Are you calling Moses a liar, sir?
You have to look up the artist who did his rendition of the American Revolution.
No, I'm not talking like biblical stuff. Obviously, it's fantastical. It's supposed to be because it's religious.
Yeah.
But you'll have like Chinese stuff. They have their own warring states period that happened way before the Japanese one. Yeah, that's the whole Remains of the Three Kingdoms kind of thing. Mm-hmm. The actual version that a lot of people were actually just a bunch of warlords and dickheads and just trying to take advantage of the situation. Mm-hmm. But in the novelization of it that a guy wrote, I don't know, because it all happened like 200 BC or something. He wrote it afterwards, but still a long time ago. Mm-hmm. It was all like it's flower these brothers and they swore allegiance on this mountain of horse shit. It's really I mean it's good if you like that stuff, but they go way too like flowery with it. It's like, come on, man, chill out.
J.K. Rowling reveals that we were black all along.
J.K. Rowling hand and not inward passes.
I mean,
well, we got a presidential inward pass like a couple weeks ago or a week ago, right?
Yeah.
Someone says if Obama can say it, then you can say it. Yeah. And Obama has said the N-word on many times. It's recorded.
So Abraham Lincoln didn't hunt vampires? I mean, I'm going to put it to you this way. Have you ever seen a vampire?
Yeah.
Then
I'll put it to you this way. Why do you think the Secret Service came about?
Yeah.
Wasn't to protect the presidents. It was
yeah. Get rid of
to watch over the vampires.
Yeah.
You should don't get out of line.
Do you think the vampires have Fed infiltration? This 1861 Japanese version of the American Revolution is incredibly awesome, especially George Washington punching a tiger.
How did George Washington end up with a 1860? Oh, okay, it's like their old version. Oh, I was about to say it's like 1861. It's a little after.
I mean, I might as well look at this. It's like it starts out with George Washington as an archer, which is but a small peek at what lies ahead. Look at the rendition of Washington. Look at him.
Yeah, see, this is the perfect example of what I'm talking about. Like in Western, they'll have they have their fantasies, dragons and King Arthur, that kind of shit. But obviously, it's there's some fact somewhere down the line, but it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
But they'll take stuff like George Washington's life was pretty well documented for the most of it, and things in the Revolution is all people. There's papers and interviews and books and shit written at the time about it.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened for the most part. But then the Japanese will be like, oh, but by the way, he had a magic bow.
It's like, and we have a slight detour to film the backstory of America. And it says, here is Christopher Columbus seated at center, reporting his discovery of America to Queen Isabella of Spain. So, kind of normal, but wait for it. Oh, boy. But the action starts right
Whoa.
Christopher Columbus, like, fucking...
Oh, he's just fighting natives?
Yeah.
like a fucking samurai?
Now it's the American Revolution. Here's George Washington defending his wife, Carol. From a British officer named Asura.
Right? Same characters as the Buddha's deity. Okay.
He's just like, oh, God. Here's John Adams battling a snake. Oh man, dude!
Can you imagine 200 years from now when they write the fucking anime for the Trump presidency?
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, there's already anime Trump out there now, and it's pretty funny. But think about it, like some time put between us and them.
Benjamin Franklin, badass warrior.
Record says, well, Japan does portray Oda Nobunaga as Satan in their anime. That's the weird thing too. He's the guy that unified Japan, but that'd be like if George Washington in our stories was the evil bad guy because he had satanic powers or something.
Yeah.
It's like that doesn't make any sense.
He won us our independence, but subjugated us at the same time or something because he was.
Because Nobunaga died before he officially unified everything. It was the dude was a Ieyasu or something like that took over. Mm-hmm. But he was the guy that got it all rolling and unified the island.
Here is Washington and his wife Carol meeting an extremely youthful Benjamin Franklin who has an impressive squat. Franklin is also strong enough to wield a cannon under the direction of Snake Slayer Adams.
Yes.
Here's the incredibly jacked Benjamin Franklin firing a cannon that he holds in his bare hands while John Adams directs him to where to fire.
This honestly makes... What's that game? Not Inuyasha. Onimusha. Remember that game? The series?
Yeah.
They had stuff exactly like this. Like guys that were they would hold a fucking cannon and shoot it. And it happened all... This is like what the... So it all take place like in the 1700s or something too.
Yeah.
And it's all... This is like, okay, this makes a lot more sense now.
Even a tiger is no match for George Washington.
No. George Washington whooped that ass.
And here's George Washington straight up punching a tiger.
Those fucking Northern Virginian tigers. That
Plot twist, Franklin attacks John Adams for some reason. Best buds John Adams and Ben Franklin must have had a falling out because John Adams fires an arrow at Ben and then rides away like a cowardly little bitch. Of course, Ben Franklin is a total badass, so he just stands there and lets the arrow fly by without even flinching.
Dude, you know what would be fucking hilarious and awesome if someone actually took this and remade it like modern manga.
Yeah.
To like and just retold the thing, but did it like in the modern manga,
aesthetics,
art style and everything.
Where the characters actually kind of look like Washington and stuff.
Yeah, they look more like manga characters instead of like the old timey Japanese. Well, I know things they do.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is they would have they would have their looks, but they would still be like them, this fantastic.
Oh, you'd have George Washington with like his powdered wig on and the coat,
and Ben
Franklin would be like Ben Franklin he'd still be like a fat guy, but he'd be like one of those strong fat guys.
Yeah,
like the big like fucking monk with a giant bow or something.
Like in the months, what was it Valley Forge where they where the Americans encamped for the winter or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but while they're there, it's like instead of because I think Washington used a lot of that time to learn them how to actually fight, instead of running away.
Yeah, he was training up the troops.
Yeah, but he's actually making them fight like tigers and shit.
Yeah, no, it was such a cold winter because they were fighting ice demons.
Yeah, there you go.
That the British had snuck on there somehow.
Uh-huh.
They did some sort of fucking evil magic, black magic voodoo, and made the ice demons to pop up and froze the Delaware River over and everything.
Like, here we go. The action takes a small break while Adams has a picnic with his mom.
Here's the funny thing too: is like Japanese people reading this 200 years ago,
probably thought it was real.
They had no idea this was not bullshit. They thought like this is what actually happened.
Oh yeah, because we hadn't gone on our tour of basically telling Japan not to wild out on us, had we? Well,
no, this was right at it was 1861.
Yeah, so that was right at the start.
That was a little bit before. Yeah, after the Civil War is when we opened up Japan and had way more contact. So they didn't they didn't have American influences that much at this time.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was later on when they had which president was it that commissioned that?
Oh shit,
I can't quite remember, but
yeah, I can't remember.
What I do remember of it is that the guy shows up with a fucking fully loaded warship. With
oh no, yeah, it was Commodore Perry. He basically told them look, either open up your ports or we're going to start firing on you. And they're like, well, we don't have any cannons, so I guess you win.
Well, you win this round.
They call them the black ships because the ships, the woods that they were made out of were dark.
Yeah.
And on the horizon, they couldn't really see them. They were just dark silhouettes. So they call them the black ships. Oh, what the hell?
That is until the freaking snake returns and eats his mom. But then, while John Adams was too obsessed with the food and the drink, a huge snake comes along and eats his mom. Maybe the snake was a child of the other snake John Adams killed, or maybe it was sent by Ben Franklin as part of a feud.
Maybe the story takes place in Florida.
Oh God,
that's more believable if you think of it. I mean, we don't have tigers; we got panthers, and we do have giant snakes.
What is spoiler alert? These are people who just called themselves Ben Franklin and John Adams and George Washington, and 1861 was actually 2019.
Yeah, this is like Point Siena, Florida. Yeah, 2019.
It was literally last week. This shit happened. Okay, let's see. General Washington in action. Here is Washington leading his army from behind a carriage. The American flag has no stars, only stripes, and the author seems very impressed that the carriage has not one but two horses. Because, please, ma'am, please.
The holy Roanoke ferry in the cave.
Can I please kill the snake and have some coochie?
Please, man, have some fairy coochie.
Meanwhile, John Adams wants to get revenge on the snake that ate his mom. So he asks a magical mountain fairy for help. Oh, no. Yes. Uh-oh. Okay, let's see. And the fairy sends Adams this eagle to help kill the snake.
Well, I mean, it is our national bird. It makes sense, I guess.
Looks more like a peacock, but, But this is
Japanese don't have eagles, I don't think. They just had to kind of interpret it.
Mm-hmm. The mountain fairy does as Adams solid and summons a gigantic eagle. Oh, teamwork. Let's see. Together, John Adams and the eagle kill the enormous snake that ate his mom. The power of teamwork. Oh, man.
Shinobi Raccoon says, I'd hate to see how they do Custer's Last Stand. Dude, it would be like a giant fucking epic. Because, all right, remember in the Tom Cruise, I just talked about, The Last Samurai?
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is trying to explain to the samurai dude Custer's Last Stand. The samurai guy's like, "Oh, this is fucking awesome," because he fought to the end. And he's trying to tell him, "No, Custer was an asshole and an idiot. Don't be like Custer.
Yeah.
Japanese would blow that shit out because they love that shit.
And we read the catch up on the chat here. Let's see. Freedom intensifies. I mean, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, literally 8 men. J.K. Rowling revealed all white people were vampires all along, and that we've been suppressing black people with our might. Kind of.
Yeah, he kind of sort. I know, like I don't really know about that, but I know the character you're talking about. He kind of does look like Trump anime.
Remind me of the hentai where Putin and Obama tag team Hill Dog. Bull.
How could a manlet and a gay man tag team Hillary? I don't know.
And why
doesn't make sense. Yeah, this doesn't add up here.
John Adams and Bang Franklin would be fighting in mechs in an anime. Yeah, hell yeah.
Dude, that would legit be dope. Like if we could, oh man, I mean, Shimmel's already got his one thing going on, but like if you do like an anime, but it's basically nothing more than a veiled retelling of the American Revolution, that'd be kind of dope.
Yeah. Well, we still got I mean, I think you've heard Xavier and I talk about the other idea that we've got for a comic with the president.
What, your Midnight?
Well, we've officially announced that the other day, but yeah, we
oh man, I don't know.
So what?
I remember something. I can't remember like the specifics though. You can explain it to me later. Don't worry about
it. Yeah. Well, it's got to do with the presidents. So
right, yeah, I do remember presidents being involved.
Yeah. So yeah, you got that going. So let's after all that, let's shift our focus to
after the Japanese wackiness over here.
Yeah. We got a rumor that Skin and Bones Angelina Jolie to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the Eternals. It makes sense because apparently she'll never die. Because I mean,
is that the thing? What are the Eternals now?
The Eternals are essentially they're the race that Thanos is a part of.
Okay, yeah,
and they're basically
they're real powerful, big dick kind of alien things.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's read this. Angelina Jolie is rumored to be in talks to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe in their upcoming Eternals movie. The rumor comes from the Hollywood Reporter, or they report Jolie has chosen the Marvel project based on the Jack Kirby created title about superpowered and near immortal beings known as Eternals and more monstrous offshoot known as the Defiants that were created by the cosmic beings called Celestials. Not only does the Hollywood Reporter reveal that Jolie is in talk for the Eternals, but they also indicate that the film will involve a love story between Icarus and Circe. Circe was in part of the Avengers at one point. So
okay,
I guess it'll tie that in,
Yeah.
Icarus first appeared in Eternals #1 in 1976. The character was created by Jack Kirby and was going to be the main protagonist in Kirby's original Eternal series. He would diligently work to protect humanity against the monstrous deviants. During his time in Greece fighting a minotaur-shaped deviant, Icarus married a human and had a son Icarus. Never mind. Jack Kirby, you madman.
Yeah.
He would maintain his duties and serve as a protector of humanity against the deviants. While Icarus served as a protector of humanity, Circe would actually live and interact among humans. In fact, she would join the Avengers at the behest of Captain America and would even get involved in the Kree-Shi'ar War when she and a number of other Avengers attempted to murder the Kree leader, the Supreme Intelligence. It's unclear what role Julie could be taking in the Eternals, but it's safe to say she could play Circe, Athena, Cybele, or even Elysius. If Jolie lands the role, it won't be her first foray into comic book films. She previously appeared in the 2007 adaptation of Prowse role as Maleficent in Disney's Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, which will hit I Don't Care. The Eternals, to be directed by Chloe Zhao. And our rumors Disney was seeking an openly gay actor to play one of the lead roles in the film. The rumor will be met with a petition demanding Disney and Marvel Studios drop the idea of an LGBT lead actor and superhero.
The thing about this is, like, this is about 15 years too late. Like, Angelina Jolie is not a draw. No one gives a shit about her anymore.
Yeah.
But they're trying to get her because it's a name, and they're trying to replace all the old people, like,
which is
Chris Evans
funny when you think about it, because originally, like, Robert Downey Jr. he got the part, and they got him for originally got him for peanuts, right?
Yeah, it was like literally nothing.
Yeah, and the only reason was because he was rebuilding his career. It was like
he was just had gotten out of jail and shit.
Yeah, so. Yeah, it was like basically
She's like, I need a job.
Yeah. I was like, I need a job, and I'll do. And I honestly always thought he was perfect for the role. You know.
Oh no, yeah, like, yeah, he nailed it.
Yeah, I was like, when they cast him, I said, oh, it's gonna be perfect. I said, that's bang on, fucking, cast
Yeah, like
there,
people, like a lot of the Marvel. I've only seen a few of them, so my perception is a bit fucked up. But like other people, like most of the movies are okay to watch. Well, some of them are kind of shit. But then everyone will say like the first Iron Man's fucking dope.
Yeah. The first
because it was just all about him.
Yeah, the first and second one were dope. The third one is like the rails kind of went off a little bit, but
which one was it? Was that the one with the Manchu Man?
That wasn't really the bad guy.
Yeah, it was like a whole fakey government false flag shit or whatever. I don't remember.
Basically, haha, fooled you kind of thing.
Yeah. People didn't like that one much.
I mean, I remember when Chris Evans was Captain America, people were like, because he had been Human Torch in the Fantastic Four movies, so people were like a little leery of that. But I thought he did all right. And
I've seen the first was a Captain America First Avenger, first movie,
World War II one, yeah.
World War II, and that was pretty okay. Like I can't complain. I've seen it on USA. I didn't watch it like theaters or anything.
So. Yeah. I mean, it has some like I said, it kind of a testament to like the character. He was.
They got Tommy Lee Jones in it, man. That's all you need.
True. Yeah.
So fuck it.
They should have put Tommy Lee Jones on ice and brought him back.
They should have made him Captain America.
Yeah.
That'd have been great. They should have had a thing like at the end of the first Avengers movie, not the first Avenger, but the Captain America First Avenger.
Yeah. Like
when he busts out of like New York thing, and they're like trying to trick him into thinking it's still 1945 or whatever.
Yeah.
When he busts out and he sees all these the future shit, and then not Nicolas Cage, but fucking Nick Fury. I don't know why he's a Cage. Nicolas Cage. He should have been. Excuse me, why is this Negro talking to me? And then call the cops. So, Constable, arrest this man.
Yeah, this black man is talking to me without permission.
This Negro gentleman.
Captain Racist over here.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, Captain America was never. He was always like, he never was racist or anything.
No, it's just he wouldn't. But yeah,
he didn't care.
But like somebody said, Angelina Jolie, like Keanu Reeves, she doesn't age. You don't know how much plastic is in that woman.
Yeah, that's the thing. Keanu Reeves, he's just like his diet is just probably that fucking sandwich he was eating when he's looking sad and good karma.
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie's diet is cocaine and plastic surgery. Let's be real here.
And she's like rail thin too. Like
that's the cocaine.
Yeah. Because I remember, like I said, when she played and honestly, and I wasn't like big into those movies because I thought they were kind of crap. But when she played in Tomb Raider, when she was Lara Croft, I was like, damn, she was hot.
Yeah, that's the thing too. They made it because even Angelina Jolie, she got kind of a pancake ass.
Yeah.
Like it's not, but they still worked it right in those movies to make it, like she was looking good. You can't do that nowadays with her though, because it's just not.
Yeah, there's nothing there to.
No, there's not enough CGI and plastic surgery in the world to fix that shit. And she's only she's not even 40, right?
Oh, she's beyond. She's 40, dude.
Oh, she's 40. No, I'm thinking Brad Pitt. He's like almost 50.
Yeah, I think she's in her.
And she's got to be. She started out pretty young.
Angelina.
And she's been in movies like 25 years now.
Let's see.
Didn't they pat? Yeah, I don't know about her boobs because she had them taking off her boobs, but her butt, she has a flat ass. Because you ever seen that movie Wanted? She gets butt naked in it, and her butt's not very good.
Oh, she's 43.
It's not okay. So she's I was somewhat close.
She's active since 1982, apparently.
That's what I'm saying. She started super young. She was 14 when she started, and then when she started getting into movies, 17.
She was in this one movie. It was like one of them HBO movies.
Oh, I know what you're talking about too. It had that. The only reason I know that movie is because the other chick in it was the fucking voice of Yuna in Final Fantasy X, and I don't know why I know all this shit, but that's the reason I know it. And it's called Firefly or something like that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm trying.
She gets naked in that too. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, she was naked as hell, and that was like.
Oh yeah, had all the Gia. That was another one too. She was in. Yeah, Gia. She was naked as hell in that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's making out with other chicks and shit too. It's great.
Mm-hmm, yeah. It's like result of her addiction to heroin, her decline, and death from AIDS in the mid 1980s. Yeah, but yeah, she was naked as hell in that. It was pretty good.
Yeah, well, but like, what's the one point though is that they're trying to get a big name, but they're not. They can't go with like the current big names because they can't really afford that.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
I mean,
there's too many names already attached to it. But like Angelina Jolie, she's known, but she's not like A-list anymore. I guess you could say.
Yeah. She's gonna be a big supporting character, but she's not gonna be like main character or anything like that.
Yeah, she's not gonna have like her own fucking spin-off movie or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're trying to, like I said, they're trying to get it to replace all the other people, because they want to turn the whole thing into like a 30-year plan or some shit like that. But I don't see that having legs to do that.
I don't think they can pull that off. I think
no. After Captain Marvel, like, oh, it made a lot of money. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't buy that 1 second.
Well, I mean, there is evidence that that those numbers may have been padded.
I have no fucking doubt because there's other movies that have been big and stuff, but there's never been people reported like, oh, our movie theaters, they bought up all the tickets, but they were fucking empty. How did that happen? There's never been a movie like that except this one.
Gone in 60 seconds. Yeah. So. I would like for the next film to scene where Steve asks Nick Fury why they aren't whites only bars anymore.
Yeah, well, it's like, why are you drinking out of the white only fountain, sir? Get away from there.
Where is the white only pie?
Oh yeah, that was that fucking movie. Was it
Life? Yeah,
with, Life, Eddie Murphy,
Martin Lawrence. Yeah. White only pie. Can't reenact the scene on YouTube. I might get in trouble.
Yeah, no, they definitely yank our shit for that one.
Yeah. But so yeah, let's
go to Cuck Windu over here.
Cuck Windu.
Well, we've decided Star Wars character name is Cuck Wind.
Yeah, I like Cuck Windu though. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's when he turns into a Jedi. Is Cuck Windu.
Here's the funny thing here. Here's old Cuck Wendig, and he's next to old Gandalf, who's played by a gay man, right?
Yeah,
and
gay as hell too, by the way.
Yeah, he's very gay. He's a very, very gay man, and that's him. That's his life. He can do what he wants. But Gandalf over here looks way more manly, and we know that he's gay.
This guy this Gandalf likes to lick Hobbit balls, basically.
Yeah.
But he's more manly than Chuck Wendig any day of the fucking week.
Yeah.
If I had a fight, I would want Gandalf, fucking half dead on my side than Chuck Wendig on cocaine or anything. I don't give a shit. I'd take Gandalf. Fucking Chuck Wendig.
And this is one of the, because we had a story the other day, you weren't here, but we had a story the other day about, and that's over here on the side, about a science fiction author she was upset because there's too many dead guys that they have to compete with in the fucking fantasy section.
It was like I can't remember her name. It was like some Asian lady.
Fonda Lee was her name. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like, we had to compete with these dead guys. I'm like, well, they actually made good stuff. You dumb.
Yeah, it's like, well, when you write a good book like Starship Troopers, like Robert Heinlein did, then you can people will buy it. Until then, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Quit producing shit. That's the thing. They're trying to make all these. We were competing against these old dead white guys. It's like, yeah, because they wrote good shit people want to buy and read.
Yeah.
You don't. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, when I went and looked up her books, and I'm just like, just reading the synopsis for it got me like, wanting to go to sleep.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It's like, oh man, modern sci. It's like, all right, Mass Effect, the first 3 games that came out, everyone considers them pretty good. I mean, they'll shit on the 3rd one for the ending, but it's generally a good trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
People like it. Had good gameplay, story, and all that. It's modern military sci-fi. That's all it was.
Yeah.
And it sold like gang. And then what happened was when they shitted it up in Andromeda.
Yep.
All of a sudden, people didn't want to buy it, and they killed the series. It's exactly what happened with like sci-fi in general. Like, you don't see how many sci-fi TV shows you see anywhere.
Not many.
Not many. You got Star Trek Discovery. No one gives a shit about that.
That's
anymore.
not even on fucking network TV. It's on.
Yeah, it's not even. Yeah.
You got to have a subscription to fucking CBS All Access to see that shit. I mean, I guess you could say that with the Orville, but it's funny because
that's a goofy. I mean, that is, but it's a comedy more than it is a sci-fi show.
But still a better sci-fi show.
It's still a better Star Trek show than the current one. Yeah,
yeah. But it's so funny. I go down this rabbit hole. You weren't here when I admitted this the other day, but I said, yeah, I'm going to do something, right? Like online or, going to work on something, write something. But then I go on this rabbit hole where I go watch like Deep Space Nine clips for like 3 hours. And I said, I'm not, now I preface, not episodes, clips.
Oh, I've done that before. I was like, I just wanted to look up a character in like Star Trek Voyager. I was like, I can't remember that character. What did he do? And then all of a sudden be on the fucking, because it's called like Memory Alpha is the main.
Oh yeah, and you're reading about like their fucking their whole history.
Then all of a sudden I'm reading about reading about Vulcan prehistory and the fucking Cardassian Federation War, and then it's like 4 hours later. It's like, dude, I should have been doing some shit right now.
I literally did nothing for a few hours, and yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here. Yellow Lantern 12 brings up a good point. Mm-hmm. He says, and speaking of Starship Troopers, Johnny Rico isn't white. He isn't even Hispanic. He's Filipino. That's the thing. Back in the 50s and 60s, they were making characters that weren't even. They weren't white, like white Christian, straight guys. And Johnny Rico is a fucking Filipino.
Yep.
His first either sergeant or whatever, his name was like, they call him the Jelly Jaguars. He had like an Arab name or Indian or something. Mm-hmm. And yeah, half the people in Rico's squad weren't even like main English speakers. Mm-hmm. They all learned it because that's the Federation main language or common language, I guess. But
okay, I know this is off topic, but that doesn't really matter. We don't have a lot to talk about tonight. But remind me, because you've read the books and I have not. The whole thing, did they really blow up Rio?
Oh, the city in Rio de Janeiro. No, it was Buenos Aires. They took out.
Buenos Aires. Sorry, Buenos Aires. Yeah.
The bug people sent the asteroid. It was basically the same as the movie, but they they kind of satired it up. But they fucking flattened Buenos Aires in Argentina.
But wasn't it implied that like that was one of the cities where the government let it happen or something like that?
No. I don't know. It kind of came out of just nowhere because the thing is like. In the movie, they kind of fuck it up, made it look like humans were fucking with the bugs, and then they were just retaliating.
Yeah.
But in the book, what they had done, they set up a containment area to like keep everyone away from them. Like, don't fuck with these guys. They're just aliens. Leave them alone. Let them do their thing in their area of space. We're just gonna go around them.
Right.
And the bugs didn't really like that. They started flinging all their
bullshit.
They're flinging their bullshit to other planets, and because they had their own spaceships, they could fly in space too, and they were attacking human settlements and.
Which they never showed that in the movies either. That they could,
No. They made it look like the humans were the aggressors. No, in the books, it was the bug people. They were just like crazy high people, and then they flung a fucking asteroid into Earth that hit Buenos Aires and flattened the entire city. Mm-hmm. And that's sort of not a pivotal point. I guess it is a pivotal point, but it sort of changes because, like in the movie, Juan Rico's his name's Juan. It's not Johnny, but they call him Johnny.
Yeah.
But his dad doesn't want him to join the military like in the movies, like because it's it's for losers and because they were rich.
Yeah.
Why would you?
Who cares about being a citizen? We got money, kind of thing.
Yeah. But the thing was that his dad was out of town or something, and his mom was still in Buenos Aires, so she got flattened in the thing. Mm-hmm. He didn't know at all. He thought both his parents died, but then later on he shows up like way in the book that his dad's a fucking recruit. His dad's like 50 years old. Uh-huh. He's a recruit, and Rico is his commanding officer because he's like a second lieutenant at that point in his own squad and everything. Yeah, mm-hmm. And the point is that the point is the transformation. It's supposed to be like a retelling of Rico because Rico just starts out he's just kind of just doing it or whatever, and then wants to join because that's what that's what he thinks he should do. And then his dad's like, "Oh, it's fucking bullshit. Don't do it." And then later on, his dad's like, "Oh, I get why you joined it."
Yeah.
He wants to join the fight and that kind of thing.
Right. That's interesting.
So, no, it's not a long book. It's like 350 pages at the most, I think, or maybe less than that. It's not a long book, and it's not like an action book either. There's only 2 fights in the whole the beginning and the end.
Mm-hmm. And that was like
so it's worth a read.
Because in that one, that's what they had the walking like little mobile things, whatever you call them, right? Like what you call them? Marauders.
Power armor?
Yeah, they're power armor. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of where the whole idea, like the Halo and all the anime and all that shit. That's all basically comes from Starship Troopers. They didn't do it right in the movie. They just showed them as like wearing like fucking weird plastic chest plates and helmets.
They did.
But no, and they look like dudes from fucking Fallout. That's what they look like.
They did a sequel to that and had they had Johnny being like the guy who used the first prototype to basically wipe out a infestation of bugs or some shit, and that's how they. That's how
they put him in. They made a sequel and they put Johnny in the sequel.
Yeah, they had him as the in the fucking.
Well, because I mean, spoiler alert. Johnny Rico dies at the end of the book.
Well, he didn't die in the movie, so it doesn't matter, right?
He doesn't make it at the end of the book. I mean, it doesn't really say he does, but it's very heavily implied he doesn't make it out of his last mission.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Check the chat. Chakotay got screwed. Well, Chakotay always got screwed.
He's an engine. Of course he did. Come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, you think about this. Like the guy got so fucked over. Like, I mean, we already knew he was a Starfleet officer at some point before Voyager. So he was apparently. I'm guessing he was stationed in the on the Cardassian side of the neutral zone. Is it a neutral zone or is that the demilitarized zone? I think it's DMZ, wasn't it? A
neutral zone is between like the
Fedis and the
Federation and the Romulans. Yeah, I think the demilitarized zone was
that's the Cardassian.
Cardassian ones.
Yeah. So basically, he was on the wrong side of the demilitarized zone. Becomes a Maquis. So basically becomes a traitor to the Federation. Does all this bullshit. Has his entire crew wiped out except for like a few people. Comes back, gets has to basically become a Starfleet officer again on the authorization that she did not have any ability to do.
Well, I mean, circumstances.
I mean, there were circumstances. I understand, but still. And then then he can't get it. He can't get laid.
Yeah, he fucking got cock blocked so many times.
Yeah,
I feel like it's legit bad for him.
I was watching because like BBC America does these like little Star Trek things.
Yeah, they show like little mini marathons every once in a while.
And one of the things was talking about villains and stuff, and of course they talk about Q, obviously, right? And they talked about that one where Q, basically, it was the Civil War in the Continuum, and but he showed up and said he wanted to like have a baby with Janeway, and like. Chakotay was he got all pissed off. He's like, yeah, man, getting cucked again by the fucking omnipotent being here.
Yeah, got cucked by the alien that everyone fucking hates. That actually fucking Cisco fucking decked him.
Yeah, that's one of my.
He didn't try to talk him or like trick him or no. He just fucking punched him right in the face. Yeah,
he's like, you struck me. Great. And that's like the best line. It's like, you struck me, Picard.
You struck me.
He's like, I am not Picard. You notice he said like you're much easier to provoke. But if you notice after that point, he didn't fuck with Cisco anymore.
No, he didn't. Yeah, because he showed up a couple other times, but he really didn't fuck with Cisco.
Yeah,
he didn't put him in like crazy holodeck programs or anything.
Yeah. It's like because even in that same episode, like after he got punched in the face, like he basically fucked with Vosh, and that was it. He didn't like fuck around with Cisco anymore.
No, you knew better.
Hey, when a dude just goes straight up punch you in the face and I don't give a shit.
If a guy knows you're an omnipotent being and immortal and he still punches you, that means he's crazy as shit. Don't mess with him.
Let's see. In the book, they had power armor, which they had, which is how they had the name Mobile Infantry. Okay. In Voyager, the biggest screw goes to Ensign Kim. He saw his friend get demoted to ensign and promoted back to lieutenant while Kim stayed ensign.
That's true. And then Star Trek Voyager lasted like, what, 7 years?
Mm-hmm.
And they were out there for 7 years, and they had crew members die. I mean, they picked up a couple extra ones here and there, but they needed positions filled, and he still couldn't get a good promotion. Not even a field promotion.
Yeah.
Because, like, you get field promotions, like, when you get back home, then, like, if they don't, they'll demote you back down or whatever, but you're still, I mean, he didn't get that shit, no.
Now, to give you a fucking, like, some, some clarity on that, even fucking Wesley Crusher was a fucking ensign without even having to go through Starfleet, so.
Oh, he was acting as in he didn't actually.
Well, but still, yeah, he had.
But
Full,
he
had a full
eventually
uniform.
became so he could fly the ship some.
Yeah. He could have at least gotten some 7 of 9 puss. Like that was one of the things at the end. Like he was like Chakotay and 7 of 9 were kind of dilly
Got the bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's implied. Yeah. They say it's implied, but no, he didn't. Like as soon as they got back to Earth,
Do you think 7 of 9 had like a Borg enhanced Punani?
You think
She could sling that shit real good afterwards.
Please, ma'am, please give me the
Your cybernetic.
Yeah.
Cyber coochie.
Give me the Borg coochie. Please.
Please, Queen, please.
Please, Queen, please.
I forgot, did they wipe out the Borg though? At the very end? The Unimax, where the fuck it was?
Matrix 01 or something like that. Or
yeah, they like took them all out, like the entire hive.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was like it was something like young Janeway wanted to do it, but old Janeway said don't do it because, a lot of people are going to die and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was like a weird time travel and shit thing that they did.
I hope so. He deserves 7 years after dealing with Janeway's bullshit. Yeah. So, hey, well, that's one of those things, and obviously, we know why they did it, because there wouldn't be a series without it, but, had that whole, thing right at the beginning of the fucking show. It's like, this array thing will take us right back home, right? Destroy it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I like the theory, or I guess it really isn't a theory. It's sort of like just how it was, like because Janeway was such a badly written character that the Kate Mulgrew was playing her just decided to play her as a fucking crazy person.
Yeah,
which made sense because considering the situation is like she just progressively got worse and worse.
Yeah,
and more insane.
Because if you put Benjamin Sisko in that situation, what do you think would have happened? Well, I think
he'd have been home in 20 minutes, dude.
Yeah. He's like, the whole thing.
He would have stole a Borg ship and flown it back to Earth.
Right? Yep. He's like, here's a better idea. Instead of like trying to get this rickety thing, let's just steal a Borg cube, kill everybody.
Or he would have called up. He would have hit up Q because he could probably call him up on demand if he needed to. Like Q, fling my ship really fast.
Yeah, back to the Alpha Quadrant.
Or I'll punch you.
I'll punch you right in the face again.
And then Q's like, I was like, all right, man, just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Janeway Picard.
No, dude,
that's iffy.
That's
I mean, people love Picard, but the thing is like he always got presented with situations that had like a right or a wrong answer.
True. Yeah.
It was never like, oh shit, what should I do? It's like, oh, here's the fucking answer. Here you go. Here's a participation trophy, Picard. He's a good character and everything, but like the writers weren't the best on Next Generation.
No, it was like it seemed like that's always the case with the most of these series. It's like the last 3 seasons are always the best, and that's kind of like it was with.
That's because the writers get more because fucking Gene Roddenberry finally died, right?
Yeah.
So he didn't have anything else to do, and they didn't have to like listen to his shit anywhere. So like, look, we're not gonna do the space communism horseshit anymore. We're gonna like throw in some gray shit in there, and then that's how it worked. And then that's how you get like the last like 3 or 4 seasons of Next Generation, and then the crossover to Deep Space Nine was like really good.
Yeah. Take all the dumb diplomatic bullshit that Janeway did. Now imagine it with Picard. So you take all of the who was so adverse
to combat. Yeah, that's the thing. Picard, I'm in the most highly advanced ship in the galaxy. I'm not going to fight you.
Yeah. It's like I could literally wipe you out in seconds.
Yeah, it's stronger than an entire Klingon fleet, but no.
I thought Piper was going to sleep. Well, you see, Piper, since you've been gone.
He's a FNG?
Yeah. And he did some artwork for, he did some fan art for the Midnight Cowboy, so. But this is
okay.
This is the cab guy we always talk about, and he's the gay guy. That's not really gay.
God damn, man! Why you the gay guy?
You know you don't help your cause, right? I mean, I can pull up like probably 5 or 6 tweets to prove my point.
5 or 6, dude. You can probably get like 500 or 600, right?
I'm talking about just right now, like in a second. Just
well, like the last like week, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Go to your timeline. It's like here you go. It's like here's a few.
No, I mean I don't, but. Whatever.
Yeah, FNG was a
Fargan new guy.
Ah, okay.
That's the polite word.
Okay.
It's a fucking new guy.
Hey, cab guy, is he single?
Kev.
I mean, yeah. He's
I mean, yeah, but kind of, sort, yeah. But also, it's a K. Come on, dude, spell it right.
Yeah.
You bitch. I'm gonna be the gay guy. I'm gonna be passive aggressive catty motherfucker too while I'm at it.
Fucking you grunt. That's a good one too.
Yeah, I mean FNG has a lot of interpretations, but generally it's a fucking new guy.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna goof on Chuck Wendingo over here?
Yeah, let's do that. Chuck Wendingo. I think Cuck Windu was probably the
Cuck Windu. I love it.
Okay, let me get my EVS voice here since we're talking Star Wars.
Alright.
Former Star Wars author Chuck Wendig recently took to Twitter to attack an entire genre of fan fiction. Fiction, sorry. In epic fantasy, and decided to throw J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings trilogy for good measure. Wendig, who was fired by Marvel, ruthlessly attacked epic fantasy. He would take to Twitter and write, let's see. Let me do the Chuck Wendig voice they has for him. Tried to read LOTR a bunch and couldn't get through it. World building is not plot. Your book shouldn't read like an RPG manual, but should also make me wish someone made your book in an RPG. The chosen one is a tired narcissistic trope.
Says the guy that wrote for Star Wars. Literally, Luke Skywalker is the chosen one. You fucking asshole.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You know what's fucking hilarious about this is that he wrote for Star Wars. And Star Wars is nothing more than a fantasy, medieval, knights, princess, thieves. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
But with space. That's all it is.
Yep.
And he's over here shitting on what the guy that invented that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But because it had straight white people and people who were like they sung songs in Elvish.
Yeah.
And he was building an entire world because it was brand fucking new. It's like, yeah, you have to come on, dickhead.
That's to be some.
And here's the thing. Yeah. Here's the thing too. Tolkien released books before. The Lord of the Rings wasn't the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Hobbit came out.
Yep.
And then I forget if it got published before or after, but it was called the Silmarillion or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It takes place before all that shit, and it also takes place after. It's like a bookend to the entire story.
I can't believe a Star Wars fanfic writer is trying to criticize Tolkien.
It's honestly fucking amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. So let me put the cuck voice back on. Let's see. Your feast scene is too long. Your world is too white and male and straight, and ironically not fantastic enough. What happened to medieval England is not relevant to a magical the Dragoonlands.
Okay, I got something to say about that. Chuck is an asshole, and I mean, that's given, but he's also a fucking, I'm going to use the hard R word here, retard.
Yeah.
Because he said medieval England Tolkien wrote what he did because he was trying to write a modern mythology for Britain.
Mm-hmm.
That was his entire goal. He didn't have it. It wasn't supposed to be this film series or this fantastic. He was trying to write mythology for his country.
Yeah.
And that was so. What happened? Yes, it had everything to do. It's very relevant to what happened in Fantasy Dragonlands because that's what he was writing about.
Mm-hmm.
You dipshit. This guy. Here's what pisses me off: is these people are supposed to be. Oh, I'm such a nerd. Look at me. I know all about this stuff. I'm a writer. Mm-hmm. I fucking never finished high school. I don't read all this shit all the time. I'm not even into the entire scene anymore. But I know more about this stuff than these assholes do. Yeah. And I could write 10 times better than these fucking people.
You probably could. I mean, no doubt. I mean, look at some of the. I mean, I think about just some of the shit that we've come up with. This is a goof.
Yeah. Get fucking Mike to write a fucking novel on Twitter.
Yeah.
One post at a time. He can do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not hard. Let's get back to the cuck voice again.
Yeah. Okay.
Some are saying, but these are not unpopular opinions, and I posit that that to some they are. And I shouldn't be commenting much. I don't write or read the genre very often. I'm kind of trampling on someone else's territory. Like, when shut the fuck up, then.
Yeah, no shit. I just told you that.
Yeah. Let's see. He would conclude by attacking epic fantasy even further. Let's see. I'll just read the whole tweet instead of just reading a bit of it here.
Yeah.
And while we're at it, here are some more unpopular opinions about epic fantasy. The bigger the theories, the likelier it is that it upspools into a minutiae and footnotes and chaos. Killing characters is a cheap way of building emotional effect. Read The Expanse instead. Now, I can see that if that was a dig on fucking George R. R. Martin, because
that's what he does. I mean, but here's the thing about Martin is that he does that because that's what people want to read.
Yeah,
there's a reason his books sell millions and millions of copies and have a very, very popular HBO TV show.
And plus his,
and then they're going to have another one based off like the earlier book.
Mm-hmm. And plus, wasn't his whole thing with that was he basically wanted to do like his version of War of the Roses, right?
Yeah, that's a funny thing. Is like this. What is medieval England? The War of the Roses happened in the 1500s, and Martin is writing literally his fantasy version of the War of the Roses. You dipshit.
Yeah.
Read a fucking history book. God damn it, man. I'm about to go spiel on Metal Gear Solid shit right now. I swear to God.
Let's see. Wendig would then take offense when he was criticized when a person assumed his entire thread was about Tolkien and Lord of the Rings, an assumption pretty much everyone on the thread was making. I mean, he did start out by saying...
He did call out Lord of the Rings. That's what he was specifically thinking about.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's less your assumption about the tweet and more talking to me like I don't both write genre books and don't work in the RPG industry for over a decade. Working in something does not make you an expert, my dude.
Yeah, like I was in the dog grooming industry for several years, and I'm not an expert by any means. I mean, there's a lot of shit I don't know. You can ask me, like, I don't know.
Next episode, we're going to have Cab talk about his expertise on dog breeding because
I didn't breed dogs. I grew them.
No. You breeded the dogs. You cut a dog's hair, so obviously you know about breeding. That I'm trying to make Chuck's argument here.
Chuck should end it.
You were in an industry that dealt with brute,
I get what you. It's an outside. Yeah. So, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So obviously you know about dog breeding because.
Yeah, I'm a professional dog trainer.
And then, however, Wendig would clarify, saying he was attacking epic fantasy and not specifically Tolkien in his Lord of the Rings trilogy. Why use that as an example?
There's a lot of... You could have hit Conan the Barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same fucking thing. It's epic fantasy.
Yeah. I wasn't. Read the thread. I was making a list on unpopular opinions about epic fantasy. One of those opinions was that I didn't much care for Lord of the Rings. Christ on a cookie. God, now I know why he got fired. To be fair, and this is the tweet he was talking about. To be fair, you can't call the beginning of everything a tired narcissistic trope because it was the first. Dungeons & Dragons was built off his work. To each their own, but please respect an author who took the time to build an entire universe, history, and languages. Thank you.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah. The original Dungeons & Dragons was called Chainmail, and it was like a combat game, but with that Gygax had come up with that he more or less based on Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And then he's like, wait a minute, this is fucking awesome. Or it wasn't as fantasy, I think. And then Dungeons & Dragons was like, all right, let's throw fucking wizards into it now.
Yeah. Wizards and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, wizards and dragons, all kinds of dope metal shit.
Let's see.
But it's a tired trope when the guy that originally came up with it did it.
And let's not forget that they had the chick beat the Witch King. Well, that was just in the movie.
Joe says, I still have chainmail miniatures. Dude, you're old as shit then. Because that was like 1975.
I think,
you might be older than me.
I think the other day he said he was like, I think he said he was born in 91. I might be thinking about somebody else in the chat, but I think.
There's no way you're playing chainmail. You're born in 91. I didn't say he was playing it.
He said he still had chainmail. Yeah, but it doesn't mean he.
I don't even think they made that shit back still then. I think it was just all Dungeons & Dragons afterwards. I know what you're saying, but like.
You ever heard of hand-me-downs, dude? People just like, here's my shit. Here's
that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, I don't even shit people like still had those things. I mean, I guess there's collectors that have.
See, he's 28. He's a young.
What are you doing with chainmail stuff, dude? Did you rob a nerd one day?
A nerd bank.
Well, what's going on?
Let's see. Plus, as a German, I love the amount of German myth and LOTR, and read every book of the series, including the release notes. That's not strange, right? No. See, there you go. I have friends.
He's the guy that reads patch notes.
They don't. I have friends and stuff from my dad. See, I told you. It's like they were handling.
Okay, well, if it was your dad's shit, okay, that makes sense.
I tried to tell you. I was trying to explain that to you, but you were like,
I don't want to hear it, dude.
Look, Piper,
I got a new headset.
I got this.
Well, you see,
And a little giggles.
trying to
do some giggles.
Yeah, I can't go because I'm a humorless motherfucker. So.
You're a manly man.
Yeah, I don't do that shit. Sorry.
Like,
he robbed Chuck Wendig. Not that it would have done you any good because that motherfucker doesn't know anything about this shit.
Right. He'd be like, "Here's some things. Here's some."
Chuck Wendig is the type of dude to be like, "Oh, I had a He-Man figure. I'm such a dork." Ha 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 ha. Like, okay, man.
Oh man. Yeah, he had a He-Man figure. Well, good fucking bully for you. So did every other kid in America. Show me you had a Roboto figure. You don't want the rare ones. Then fuck you, then, right? Like, because give me something that's rare. Show me how good you were at collecting.
Show me how many GoBots you got. No one had GoBots. You had the Transformers, but the fucking nerds still had the GoBots.
LOL world building. How about laser swords wielded by Mary Sue Strongwoman, who would gladly fuck up my wife's boyfriend's shot. I'm a historian. Ask me questions about American history. Most of the time, I just shrug. On that, and I learn new things, even in my field all the time. Let's say.
Yeah, it seems like Chuck needs to read a book.
Yeah.
Considering you're an author.
Also, I did a guy's plumbing for 200 miles. The sad thing is, I could have charged more. Oh my God, my dad's a plumber, and I can just imagine if I did a job for him. It's like, yeah, I traded him for these rare figures. My dad would smack me and beat me.
I got Ninja Turtles. Look at them.
Yeah. Dad, look, I got some Ninja Turtles out of this deal. Bam!
I actually did trade Ninja Turtles for Magic the Gathering cards.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I kind of bet. I had a whole bunch of just old Ninja Turtle shit, but it wasn't it didn't have all the stuff with it, so it wasn't worth as much. Mm-hmm. And the guy was like, "Well, okay, how about?" I forget what it was. It was like he bought some decks, and then we did a thing to count up a number and who won. I think he ended up winning, but I ended up getting to keep a whole bunch of cards anyway, so it worked out. Because I wasn't doing anything with the fucking Ninja Turtles at the time.
Yellow Flash 12 says I had the Tank GoBot. Okay, see, now here's a question I'm going to ask you, because I know a little bit about this, unfortunately. Did you have the GoBot named Tank, or did you have the GoBot that actually looked like a tank? Because there's two different characters. I got a massive collection of stuff from the old days for models. I'm a massive fancy medieval collection. Your dad's a plumber, so was mine, until he became a linguistic anthro. Yeah, my dad would never. My dad barely knows how to use a cell phone. He's not gonna. Yeah, my dad's been a plumber. Oh shoot, I think it's 50 years now. Yeah, dad's been a plumber for 50 years. So yeah. The one that folded over and looked like a tank. Okay. But it was the one that was not named Tank, but looked like a tank. Okay. Cab, did you die or something? You right there? Cab? Oh boy. Looks like I lost a partner in crime here. So, yeah. What's next? Still got my old and humanoid stuff. My daughter covered him in pink nail polish. Oh no. Okay, let's see. I'll finish up this thing about Wendig. Wendig has a history of going on bizarre Twitter rants. He called for violence against supporters of Donald Trump, called Star Wars fans white supremacists, and went on a profanity-laced rant about Star Wars fans, claiming they come from a, quote, poisoned septic wellspring. Wendig isn't alone in his criticism of J.R.R. Tolkien. Last November, science fiction author Andy Duncan decried Tolkien's famous Lord of the Rings, claiming it promoted racism because of the way it portrayed orcs. This is one we talked about the other day. Another science fiction author, Fonda Lee, decried Barnes & Noble for stocking J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings trilogy, complaining his works take up too much shelf space and make it hard for her to compete. Oh man, there's a lot of comments on this one. This says the white, straight, questionable male. Pretty harsh words from a hack writer of Star Wars novels, kind of like Smash Mouth saying the Beatles were a bunch of sellouts. Popular opinion, Chuck Wendig should get a real job. That's a good one. I like that. Let's see. Yeah, Cap, bailing out on me. How dare he, right? Yeah, that's not really Piper, dude. Just let you know. Piper actually did have a headache tonight. She wasn't feeling well. So, Cab just got his new headset, so he'll probably be joining us more often now. A lot of old models have been repainted by nieces, but at least I can remove the paint from mine using cheap cleaner. That's true. Just looked it up. Apparently there was one named Tank. Yeah, there was one named Tank, and it kind of didn't really look much like a tank, but then there was one that actually did look like a tank. Like it had a, howitzer and all that good stuff on it. Ah, yes, the three genders, male, female, and questionable male. I would, but they're my toys now. But that's what he said. He told me it was Piper after smoking. No, it's not really Piper. It was just playing the ruse cruise. Because we were saying, like, hey, Piper's not here. And I said, he said, I ought to pretend to be Piper. And I said, yeah, do it. And that's what we did. One, yet create an epic universe with great heroes and villains. What did Wendig create? An absolute garbage tier trilogy that is basically a young adult soap opera with a massive plot hole straight in the middle. Seems to be a trend among bad writers these days. Yell at Tolkien. They wish they had just 1% of Tolkien's raw talent and skill. That's true. He bathes in rivers of soy. Here's the Onion version of the headline. Man upset that book written 65 years ago does not reflect his modern progressive values. That's pretty much it. Chuckles has crawled out of mommy's basement to give his hackneyed opinion again. This guy is a no-talent mid-lister who's with delusions of adequacy. Delusions of adequacy. That's great. His Star Wars books were widely considered the worst ever, and that's saying something. Please go back to writing books no one buys. It's good shit. It's good shit. You sound so alone when you're alone. You get so quiet. Well, I do better when I play off somebody, right? And at least I'm not a blubbering mess like I am sometimes. Hello, look who's come back. Where'd you go?
Mic check.
Yeah, I hear you. What the hell happened?
I don't know. My internet just decided to fucking die.
Here.
I don't know. It just all of a sudden cut out, and I had to go restart the router and everything. So,
okay. Well, lucky for you, I'm professional, and I was able to heft this upon my shoulders and carry this while you were gone.
You are fucking Edward R. Murrow over here.
Yeah. The grand gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading through the what you call it?
Comments?
The comments, yeah. And this one, let me find if I find that one again. There you go. They said, talking about Chuck Wendig, he said the guy's a no talent mid-lister with delusions of adequacy.
Yeah, he's like, he delusionally thinks he's okay.
I'm okay. Just okay. My mom always said I would be okay.
I show up.
Yeah. Next he'll complain Lovecraft didn't have the nicest opinion of colored folks.
He loved black people. He named his character. What are you talking
about? Do I even want to know what his cat's name was?
The N-word hard R.
Oh,
it was literally named that. Yeah,
that was H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's the thing: is people always say he's a racist because, Not really. If you actually look at all the stuff he said, he wasn't like, "Oh, I'm gonna, beat up all the black people" or something. I don't know, but he wasn't as racist as like the social justice nerds tried to make him out to be. So.
Oh, okay. Delusions of adequacy is my new go-to insult.
Yeah, we need to like. It needs to be like a title or something.
Yeah, delusions of adequacy.
Oh, that would be a great title for like an article on like Super Nerd Lane or something about all these fucking writers and video game developers and think that like they're mad people don't buy their shit. They just want to play Mario or read Lord of the Rings.
You know who would be the top of the fucking list? Raimi Ishmael.
Gail Simone?
No, Raimi Ishmael.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. That guy thinks his shit does not stink.
That guy thinks he's so... That he's fucking mad that Enter the Gungeon came out in blue. Because his game was Nuclear Throne. He was part of.
Yeah.
Which was an okay game. I mean, whatever. But then Enter the Gungeon came out, which is sort of in the same vein, kind of a shooter, roguelike kind of dealio, 2D thing.
Yeah. Fucking
blew it away. It's 10 times better than that game. People still talk about it now, and they're still getting updates. No one plays Nuclear Throne anymore.
Yeah, like
no one cares about Nuclear Throne.
The chat says, he named his cat R. Nice.
Nice, sir.
Nice, sir. Sounds like a low-level villain from Atlas Shrugged. People don't buy my book, so let's make publishers stop publishing what readers do want and force them to buy mine.
That honestly, actually is. I read that Atlas Shrugged, and it's very, very true. That's what it sounds like.
It's like it is entirely male. The only once reference to Bilbo's mom is in conversation. He has a point there. Chuck is a great writer, just of a totally different style. I like both of the authors in question, even if they can't play nice together.
There's Gadriel or whatever the hell her name is, the fucking elf queen.
Yeah, Gadriel, and then what's her name? The one that
Liv Tyler.
Yeah, Liv Tyler, the one that
she wasn't really in the book. She was kind of.
I thought she was in the book.
She wasn't really in there.
You sure?
She didn't have a big part. Like in the movie, she did. It was bigger.
Yeah.
Than the books.
There were several females in LO2R. They even had prominent roles. WTF are you smoking? Tolkien can't play anything. He's been dead for a while. That's why bad writers like Psycho Chuck attack him. He can't defend himself. Easy prey for those without talent and skills. Also, he's attacking Lord of the Rings, not The Hobbit. LOTR isn't not entirely male. Maybe go read it before you spew such nonsense. So is this the same guy? I don't know if it's the same guy, but it's like he goes from like Purple Lobster to Blue Elephant.
I think that's like they just give you like random.
Yeah, if you're just commenting, they give you a random name. Yeah.
Yeah, a random name and random tag and everything.
So as for Looney Wendig being a great writer, there's nothing great in his Aftermath trilogy. It's a young adult soap opera with massive plot hole right in the middle, which, since he's a trash tier writer, he doesn't notice and doesn't resolve.
Krendler says Tolkien is canceled. He's supposed to sweaty, but I get what he's going at. You need the fingernail painting emoji after that.
Yeah.
You forgot that one.
I think that's on. So yeah, now you can.
It's not complete.
It's not complete.
No, I'm saying it is complete now.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, it is now.
It's all done now. Yeah. Oh, does it animate?
I don't know if it animates. Does it?
It looked like, because I was reloading the thing, it looked like it was animated. I think it was doing like the old version to the new version of it.
Does this mean that I had to burn my Tolkien shelf? Yeah, you got to, because
I'm sorry.
Your Tolkien shelf is taking up room for Fondalee's trilogy.
Yeah, or some Anne Rice ripoff.
Yeah.
Whatever Krendler put 2 of them in there. That's hardcore. I don't know about that, man.
That's a little too much, man. I think he might have gone too far.
You gotta shave it back.
Scale that back a little bit there. You know.
But yeah, the gist of this is that Chuck he has delusions of adequacy.
Delusions of adequacy.
and thinks he's way better than he actually is, which he's a fucking Z tier.
Yeah.
And the only reason anyone knows anything about him is because his name was attached to Star Wars, and it wasn't even like, oh, he was writing for the movie or anything. It was just a couple of fucking books and a comic.
Yeah, it was like
that no one read.
It was the Aftermath series, which was not great, right? It was just telling that what happened after, basically telling the story between the end of episode 6 and episode 7. That was it.
Yeah,
and it wasn't all that great. And like I said, that's where I said he had the his dialogue was like zippity doopity and whip whap wop or whatever it was he was talking about.
Yeah, the TIE fighter flippity floppity over here.
Easter's on its way.
You know what's kind of fucked up is that Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMORPG, has a better story than anything that's happened since.
That's why I'm interested. I said if I'm going to be interested in anything Star Wars related, it's going to be the guys who did Game of Thrones. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I mean, there's no Lord.
Well, they're not yet. There's one coming.
Well, it's probably
yeah.
So they're making a Star Wars. Is it going to be the Old Republic stuff, or is it going to be
they said that it will be based on the Old Republic. So.
Oh, then that's. I mean, as long as they don't shit it up too much.
Like I said,
the material is already there for them.
If they go with the material that's there, and of course, maybe tell some stories that we didn't know too much about, because they were more side stories or whatever, then it'll be fine, But
yeah, as long as you got Exar Kun and fucking Revan and things like that. I guess it depends on what, because the Old Republic is a lot of span of time, so it's more than just.
I think they should start with Revan, in my opinion. If they did Revan, that would be.
That's
great.
sort of the later part of it, I guess you could say.
Yeah, but I think if they did Revan, that would be amazing.
And they did the story of Revan about how he became not quite evil, but sort of an asshole Jedi.
Yeah, I mean, he basically became
he's kind of the Gray Jedi or whatever it was.
I mean, the whole reason he became a Sith, he was a Sith Lord, was just to kind of keep the Sith over here in check and not wild out too. I mean,
yeah, he was trying to make sure they didn't go too nuts, and then they reprogrammed him to a Jedi.
Yeah, and then it was Darth Malak was his apprentice, right?
Yeah, that was when he was still Revan.
Yeah, and then Malak became the Dark Lord and
the Darth Malak. Yeah.
Sounds like you hate women and gays, bigot.
Well, yeah.
Krindler's loving this. I got show him a new emoji. He's like, oh man, I got this shit now. I do. They won't date me.
That's fair, Joe. You got it.
Revan, Mandalorian, Jedi War, Darth. Yeah, I mean they could do a lot of things. There's a lot of
the whole Old Republic spans the entire time frame is 500 years.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of shit going on.
You can see, you could, if you wanted to, you could have a baby Yoda being born. It'd be great.
Well, is Yoda that old?
Yoda's 900 years old, so he would have.
Well, then he would know. Well, the Old Republic takes place 2,000 years before the Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
But then the actual span of Old Republic stuff is roughly from the very beginning to what it is to what the MMO kind of where it's at. Yeah. It's sort of 500 years. It's pretty and then in between that is Revan. Revan's a couple hundred years old now at this point.
Yeah,
I think, or 150.
Because what they do, what was it BBY before Battle of Yavin or whatever? That's how they do their timeline.
It's weird like that. I can't remember exactly, but I think one of the theories is that in the whole MMO, I think Revan. I don't even know if it's true or not, but they suspected that Revan is the actual Emperor because you never see the Emperor in the game, as far as I know. I haven't made it that far in some of the stories, but
I think
you do.
I think your chat is full of incels. I think this show is full of incels.
I think your mom is an incel.
Damn,
shit.
Fuck, got me.
That doesn't make sense because.
Oh wait, they're sand people now. Here's the thing. When I played Knights of the Old Republic, the first.
There were no more sand people after you got done with that planet, right?
Exactly. It's dude, if they based, let's put it this way, if they based Star Wars canon off of my playthrough, Luke would have been fine. There would have been no sand people. Nobody, it wasn't. You remember it was in the prequel where they were shooting at old Anakin and they killed his mama in the second movie. None of that shit would have happened. So Anakin would have grown up and been like well adjusted, and he wouldn't have like been a psycho.
Yeah, he just would have been like just a desert moisture farmer, whatever the fuck he was.
Yeah. So Anakin, he probably
because Knights of the Old Republic didn't have any random encounters; they were all scripted.
Yeah.
So you could depopulate the entire fucking level if you wanted to.
Yeah. So I killed every sand person on.
Hell yeah, you gotta get them experience because you gotta get that what they use the Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 rule set.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get that extra feat, dude.
Yeah.
So you can dodge. Dude, I remember playing it. The last fight in that game against Malik was actually pretty tough.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever do the joke the joke thing with that? If you do it right, apparently you show up and they have their little cutscene, and then like Yavin and not Yavin, Revan and Malik have a fucking dance off.
No, I never did. No, man. This was like before everything was on the internet. I had a bug in the game that I actually had to call up the customer support on the back of the fucking manual to get them to fix it for me. And what it was like during a cutscene because you had to sneak out of like a jail or something, and I had the stealth belt on.
Yeah.
And when I still had it on when the cutscene was starting to play, like people talking, but since I was technically stealth, I wasn't there. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't continue. I couldn't answer anything. I was like, how do I fucking... But I called them up. They're like, oh, yeah, just take your belt off or whatever before you get there. And
so you actually had to call, like...
yeah, this is... Yeah, this is like your Nintendo power line or whatever.
Old school, call the hotline, call the Xbox hotline. And
yeah, because this wasn't... Like, it wasn't... I mean, GameFAQs was still around at the time, but...
Yeah, it was like
it just wasn't as common as now. There wasn't YouTube videos showing you how to fix it or anything like that. So I called up, and apparently it was common enough that the guy's like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about it." Yeah, he'd probably been fielding calls like that all fucking day.
I love the Old Republic game, but I'm positive they will Star Wars Online the new Old Republic movies. I mean, the thing is, that game. I'll put it this way: if instead of making an MMO, they had made a actual single player game. Old Republic wouldn't have been a bad game. You know?
You mean I think you mean Star Wars Online, the first MMO.
That wouldn't make any sense because that game didn't make no sense.
Well, I think what he's trying to say is because like people loved the beginning of that game, and like it was super fucking hard to be a Jedi, and you had to like hide if you were a Jedi.
Yeah.
And you had like space cops on you and everything.
Oh, Darth Vader would actually come after you and shit.
Oh, he'd come and bust your shit.
Yeah, because remember he was still in that hunt Jedi phase, and that was before.
Yeah,
that was before all the whole thing that they had Inquisitors and shit like that. No, Vader would come after your ass if you were a fucking Jedi.
Oh, okay.
And then they just made it a class instead of.
Then they just made it a class you could be as, and they just like fucking made all the stuff boring. So yeah, I never played the game, but like people tell me, like, oh, beginning was fucking dope because then you had to learn how to.
Yeah,
Star Wars Galaxies.
Yeah. I don't like seeing people. They're coarse and rough and irritating, and they get everywhere.
Inshallah, my friend, you know.
Don't diss my Star Wars Online. That game was awesome. I'm not. No, I mean, Galaxies was fine. Old Republic, like I said, it had some great fucking storyline beats to it.
I think Old Republic is pretty good for like if it's not a great MMO, but it's a good single player game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the story beats, like each class had a great storyline. And
yeah, I haven't played all the way through, but like the Imperial Agent is fucking dope as shit.
Yeah, because what they had, like the Imperial Agent, like was it Jedi Counselor, Jedi Knight? Was not Jedi.
The two best, the ones people always talk about the most is the Imperial Agent and then the Sith Warrior.
Yeah, Sith Warrior. Yeah,
those are the two ones people like because of the whole light side dark side thing you can do. You don't have to play them as like, oh, I'm an evil Sith. You play them as like, yeah, I'm a Sith, but I'm not an asshole. Kind of thing, and you just kind of try to do the right thing.
I do remember like one of the gripes I had, and this is like a minor gripe because somebody who's played MMOs, I kind of get that you got to have, if you're going to have factions, there can really only be two, and you kind of choose which side you want to be on and stuff.
Yeah.
The gripe I had was like I always thought that like bounty hunters should be able to kind of like weave in.
Should have been both.
Yeah, could have weaved in between both kind of thing, and like
because that's the thing is like. I think if you play as the what's the the Galactic Federation's version of the bounty hunter. They're opposite. It was like the
Smuggler?
soldier or something. Not the was it the smuggler?
I don't know if it might.
It might have been smuggler, but then also the regular soldier one where you're like big buff dude shooting kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about how they hired mercenaries.
Yeah.
To do their fighting localized on the planets. It's like, well, why couldn't you just hire the bounty hunter to do the same thing?
Yeah,
because that's what they did do. That's what the smuggler was. You were a fucking mercenary for the good guys or quote good guys. That would have been good. Yeah, like have a class that can go both.
Yeah, it's like kind of weave in between, and
because they started later on with the expansions. They started doing the Gray Jedi shit.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
And then it's like we'll have a Gray Jedi class that could do both.
Yeah,
you can join whatever faction you want. It's like the pandas.
Yeah, like pandas and WoW. Yeah. I hated the stupid light dark thing. Playing as a soldier, I always became dark side, even though I was picking the right thing to do.
Yeah, that's the I think the on the Galactic Federation side is kind of it was stupid. A lot of the choices you had because a lot of them were like some of them were like really stupid easy, like oh kill this guy because you're an asshole, or save the village from burning. It's like, well, okay, this is a stupid choice. But then, like, if you had like the Sith side, they actually have like choices that are kind of gray.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you might be helping the Sith out, but you're actually doing a good thing when you're doing this or something. Yeah. And like the Sith Imperial agent is like you start out, you're actually hunting terrorists. You're not fighting against the Federation or anything like that.
Right. You're
fighting legit bad guys.
You're doing your job, which is what
you're basically space cop. Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing was like with the Sith and the Sith Empire. That's another thing that like I think people confuse. Is like the Sith Empire was not like a bunch of fucking rogue Jedi that became. Like,
no, the Sith Empire was just like a bureaucratic thing. The thing is like the actual Sith themselves, the Jedi parts. They were the fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
That's when you play as the warrior, and you have your like you're the master, the rule 2 thing that they have going on, and you have like your the Darth and your the apprentice.
Yeah,
that one. The reason the Sith warrior is kind of cool is because you can play as like, oh yeah, I'm just an evil bastard kind of thing, or you can play as like I'm just going along with this fucking crazy guy. Just eventually I'm gonna bump his ass off.
Yeah,
because he's an asshole,
right?
And no one likes him.
Exactly. I wonder if they'll. If they do a Old Republic movie, and if they do it based on the Knights of the Old Republic, will they let Revan and Bastila,
knock boots,
little booty knocking.
Is that canon? Did they bang? I don't even know.
I don't think they actually. I know there was in one. I think it was in the second one. Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Obsidian one made by Obsidian.
Yeah,
there apparently you could do a certain thing where you could have if it was another Jedi you teamed up with, and if you could knock boots with them, and in doing so you fuck up everything because you've basically created because the person you knock boots with gets pregnant, and essentially you've made a super Jedi. And that's
because
or super force user, and it's going to throw like both sides way off, kind of thing.
Yeah, because what was it in that game? It wasn't some of your companions would they didn't have their own alignment. Is that they would their alignment would bend to yours.
Yeah,
and it was like you were the master, and then they were your apprentice, sort of thing going on. Like some of them weren't even actually Jedi when you find them, and then you can turn them into Jedi.
Yeah.
Like that one dude, I can't remember his name. I haven't played a game in years, but I think I know what you're talking about. But I don't know. I never went that route to do that. I freaking forgot what I played in that one.
It's something like if you went like super light side and ended up bumping uglies like that, and then
with a handmaiden or whatever that chick's name was.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and it's like essentially, once that happens, there's like a brief little cutscene of like the Jedi Council. They all feel the disturbance. They're like, oh no, it's happening.
Oh yeah, you fuck so hard that they feel it.
Well,
Jedi don't make love; they fuck.
Well, the idea was like that. In creating that, they're creating you're creating a person that is that would be so powerful in the Force it'll throw everything off balance essentially, and that's why.
Just imagine, man, the old Jedi Yoda sitting there and is like he just skeeted.
Yeah, you think I was gonna say, do you think that's how the Jedi's watch porn? They're just like watching like real people like fucking. Like,
You're just waiting for They're just like, oh, I feel the disturbance in that lady's ass. Over there. I want to replay the game now just to do. I mean, there's probably guides to tell you how to. I don't know if it might be one of the super. Like, I remember the first game, there was a very super specific thing you had to do if you wanted to be like a lesbo.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even really lesbo. It was just like that cat lady Jedi was like, yes, I like you too. That was about it.
It was like less lesbo, more just acknowledging that they liked you, essentially.
Yeah, that she would lick you or something. Yeah, but you had to play a light side female and had to like all the way up, and then she'd be like, yes, I like you too.
Let's see. The one that pisses me off is someone steals from the hospital and you return the medicine to the hospital. You get dark side points. The Republic side made no sense.
Yeah, that really was stupid.
Wow, that is a large disturbance. Rearrange your guts, I will. Yoda getting a freaky over here.
Yeah, you gotta lay in that pipe, that lightsaber.
You think Yoda, like being small, you think even though he was like a little small guy, do you think he had a whopper dong?
Oh, of course he did.
That's how he became Grandmaster.
That's why he wore the robe. That's why he wore the robe instead of pants.
Oh yeah. He had to.
He could have had little tiny pants on, like a kid or something, but no, he had that fucking robe because his ding dong was flopping around under it. He couldn't contain it. Normal pants. It like rub up against his knee or something. And
so Yoda's like a turtle. He just got this.
Yeah.
Got this ginormous.
He danced around like that fucking what's that Brazilian guy? The video everyone. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about. The one, yeah.
Ricardo.
Oh yeah, the one. Yeah, I've seen that like floating around on Twitter. Yeah.
That's what Yoda would do when he was not a Jedi Council.
Slip my way to this position. I did. I think what it was is like, they said we need to figure out who the new Grandmaster is, and Yoda just like pulled his shit out.
Let's compare. He just laid it on the table.
Just threw it down like boom. Just
even beat Mace Windu.
Yeah. Yeah, Mace,
and he was a black guy.
Mace thought he had it in the bag, but then Yoda just like thumped it on the table and like.
That's fair. I think Samuel L. Jackson would agree with that too. Like, Yoda's got a bigger dick than me.
Now you know why he walked with the cane to hide his super dong.
Yeah, he limped for like 200 years on one side and it just threw off his spine and everything. So
how do you think he made those jumps? Yeah, he just like springboarded off his like weenie and not a.
No, it wasn't a springboard. It was the centrifugal force of his dick flopping around.
Yeah, he just like kind of swung and it just like lifted.
It's like a propeller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mace Windu crying in the background. We need a picture of like obviously not of his dong, but just a picture of like Yoda macking on the ladies and like the cry Wojak, but it's Mace Windu in the background like.
And also have it like a picture of Yoda, but it's like from the waist down, it's just all pixelated green.
Yeah, like they do with like the Thanos pictures they show around, like just.
yeah, like the Thanos cock pictures. It's just pixelated, massive.
I turned this stream into a discussion about Yoda's cock. Holy shit!
It's a very interesting topic. What do you want?
Yeah, I mean, you've kind of like tapped into our subconscious.
Basically, like asking, does Yoda fuck? It's like, well, yeah.
If Yoda fucks, that means Yoda must have a ginormous weenie.
He's got little gremlin kids somewhere around there, but
yeah. The main event, as it were, is the Wing Dang Doodle.
Also, I just like to point out that EVS changes his new profile pic now, and he looks gorgeous.
Was that the one with the blonde hair and the?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right
now. Yeah, I saw that today. And I was like, well, he is the world's most handsome and charming, but yet humble.
He's a gay icon.
Yeah. I forgot. He's also a gay icon. He's the Lord of the Gays.
He's usurped me as king of the gays now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't get asked to speak to the young gay Republicans in Washington, so obviously.
No, that's true. I just got people wanting to suck my dick in DMs, and that's about it.
Yeah, monkey.
Yeah, fucking. Whoa.
Like,
That
dude,
guy, man.
calm down, man.
You gotta calm down.
Yeah, like
I get some weird pictures every once in a while from people too.
it's like, hey, hey, what do you think of this? Yep, that's a penis.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm like, well, I mean, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Size matters not when your dick is as large as mine. Yes. You're just throwing it down. Oh man. See, I don't know why people think that like it'd be different without Piper here. I mean, it's basically the same. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I can say stupid shit too. It's fine.
does that mean you're single, not Piper? Are you? They're asking. He's asking, are you single?
Yeah, I'm a single man.
Yeah.
I'm a single, not Piper man. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not Piper man. And all he asks is that you send pictures of your butthole.
My butthole? I'll think about it.
No. They send you pictures of their butthole.
Oh, I mean, I've gotten plenty of those.
Well, yeah. I mean, please, ma'am. Ma'am, please. Yeah, less giggles. Yeah, without Piper here, it's less like, anyway.
That's because I'm not drugged up.
Oh well, that's true. Yeah, you hadn't hit the coke.
Hit that ibuprofen yet?
Yeah, the ibuprofen. Crush up some ibuprofen. Oh shit! I knew I forgot to do something.
What, snort ibuprofen?
No, I got like my Aleve in my pocket, and I forgot to take them, and now I ain't got no water.
Can't believe it. Just take them dry, dude. Don't be a pussy.
Yeah, I'll take them dry and then burn my esophagus in the two.
Don't be a pussy. I just said.
Have you ever taken Aleve or anything like that without fucking water? It's like
Yes.
God, it's like burning.
It tastes horrible and it's awful, but you get over it. Don't be a pussy. Is what I'm saying.
We get done here, I'll run to the bathroom and get some water. I ain't worried about it. And,
You better.
And it won't be out of the toilet because I'm not.
You gotta drink. Drop them in the toilet and like lick them out, like doing that Adams, the apple bobbing bullshit. Shit like that.
Or I could use this for target practice. One or the other.
You gonna pee on your pills and drink them?
Hey, little Donnie.
Hey, little Donnie, I just dumped my medication in the toilet, and pissed on it, and drank it out of the toilet. How you like that, fucko? Oh, fucking Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman is getting dunked on every day.
Oh, man.
Yeah. What's that one that was it? You post somebody. It was either you or somebody posted that whole. Hey, little Donnie, I took a shit in my chili.
Yeah. Urine is only like pee is not. It's sterile. You can drink it. Just it tastes awful.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah. I remember years and years ago there was like this woman. She was like giving like these home health tips on like how to do things at home, with kind of cheap kind of thing. And somebody said,
Yeah.
"Well, how do you deal with acne?" She said, "Well, you take your first urine of the morning and then you just dab it on your acne." Like,
Yeah, it's like no, I'm not gonna.
Hey,
I'm not
little
gonna piss on
Donnie.
my face.
just-
Hey, little Donnie, it's pissed on my face to get rid of my acne. What do you think about that? Hey, little Donnie, my makeup artist just took a squatted right on top of me to get rid of this pimple I had on my forehead.
God damn. And that's all because he said that time he pissed on his hand, right? To shake.
It was all big. Yeah, he pissed on his hand and shook Weinstein's hand. As like this was some sort of epic own.
Yeah.
You just admitted you pissed on yourself, dude.
Yeah. Well, actually, from like somebody, I think it was interpreted that he did it to Trump.
No. It was in.
He said it was Weinstein's party, but he did it to little Donnie.
I thought he said he did it to because when the whole Weinstein thing came out about him fucking everyone. And,
see, that's what I always thought. But then, like somebody showed me, like it was worded differently, and I was like, well, you're right. It doesn't, but it doesn't.
I
matter.
highly doubt he did that because Donald Trump wasn't. He was everyone's fucking friend back then.
Yeah.
They all wanted to be near him.
There's no
so
way.
there's no.
Yeah, that's like that whole thing is like, nah, he did. That's why I say it was like one that it was the in shit that never happened kind of thing.
Oh, but yeah.
Yeah, but But I just think I peed on my own face to fight my acne. Bet you feel dumb now. Fuck up.
Shells and also like leave piss to dry, and then all the like the powder. But then it was also the low key. You drink piss, dude.
Mm-hmm. Hey, little Donnie, I brushed my teeth with my own pee pee.
Yeah, that's basically That's if he was in Roman times, that's exactly what it would be going on. The memes would be made about it. You drink piss right now.
Hate Weinstein all you want, but he slept with all the women you wish you did. That's
debatable.
Mm.
I'm too old to be like super fucking horny for Hollywood chicks anymore. I don't care.
Yeah, I
could take him or leave him. Urine bleaches teeth. Well, I mean, urine bleaches damn near anything because it's fucking bleach that you're pissing. But that's what they used it for. Yeah.
Hey, little Donnie.
Little Donnie, I just dyed my hair with my own shit. I got no grace now. How you like that, fuckface?
God damn it.
I think they did use doo-doo from animals as a dye.
Bro,
might actually be a thing. I don't know if the Romans did it, but someone did.
I just like the idea that Ron Perlman's just using his own bodily fluids to.
Yeah, he's just going medieval on medieval grooming.
and you know, and telling Donald Trump he did it. Like, hey, little Donnie.
Yeah, telling Trump. Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know any of the Hollywood peeps anymore. When did I become old? Like, dude, don't worry about it. It's like, because I think for like 6 months, I like would see trending like, what's her fucking name, Cardi B or something like that. Who the fuck is this?
I have no idea. Every time that shit pops up, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it's like, you know, then I looked up. Apparently, it was like she was like a former fucking stripper or something who became a singer or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then like just the other day, she admitted she like used to drug dudes and like steal their money.
The stripper doing shady shit. Let me get on my big think over here.
He's doing his part to fight climate change. Hey, little Donnie. Oh God.
Yeah.
Ron Perlman's good at owning himself. That's what I think that's kind of the joke. He just owns himself. Like
well, that was all pissing on your own hand thing. Like you just admitted you pissed on your own hand, dude. Yeah. It's like everything after that. Just who cares? You're a fucking degenerate.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you just admitted you're a nasty motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yo, little Donnie, I just let a homeless man fuck me in the ass. Now I have AIDS. Bet you feel pretty dumb now, don't you, Hoss?
Yeah, there's some fucking degenerate ones that are. I tried to like change it. Like I was my interpretation was that he was gonna start doing like really wholesome shit.
Yeah.
Like I think the one was like, "Hey, little Donnie, I'm going out to the store. You want anything? Get my jacket on." And then he comes back like, "I got us some Mike's Hard Lemonades. Here's yours."
And like, was it like people like warping his face and shit too? Like,
yeah. You put it in. I put the mesh transformation. And you just make his face look ridiculous. Yeah, because it already looks ridiculous. But then you just add that extra.
He looks like a fucking caveman, right?
Yeah. He's caveman looking inward.
Why is Los Angeles so helpful? Why is Los Angeles so helpful? This will take.
Best thing to ever happen in Los Angeles is that it got blown up in Fallout. Became the boneyard.
Remember that volcano that blew up in Los Angeles in that movie?
Not yet.
That was called Volcano.
Oh, the one with Tommy Lee Jones in it?
Yeah.
But there was like two of them, wasn't there? One had Pierce Brosnan.
It has AIDS on every corner. God damn it. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't called Volcano, was it? But yeah, it was like but it involved.
One of them was called Volcano. The other one was I don't know.
Yeah, but that was the one with Tommy Lee Jones was the cooler one, because
it's Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones and half of L.A. was burned down. So
yeah,
AIDS on every corner. Hey, little Donnie.
Hey, little Donnie, I'm HIV positive.
Hey, little Donnie,
I just joined the HIV support group. How do you like that? You fuckface.
Hey, little Donnie, I just hot-shotted this heroin right into my eyeballs. Yeah, pull it up. I'll put it on screen. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Oh shit! Hold on, I gotta find it. They might have got
Dante's Peak was I think
Dante's Peak
was the Brosnan one, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I think Volcano was just the Tommy Lee Jones one.
Yeah, Volcano was Tommy Lee Jones. That was because it had Anne Hesh. That was like before people thought Anne Hesh didn't know Anne Hesh was a lesbo.
And notice she's like just disappeared off the face of the earth.
Well, she was going on with Ellen, and if you notice, anybody who's ever dated Ellen ends up not appearing ever again.
Just disappears.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. All right, let's get this from Miss Piper. Got that face already.
I was like, it looks like a jug. I want to go with a jug.
Yo, little Donnie, I just made $50 serving vagrants behind man Chinese theater. Now I'm rinsing my mouth out with cheap vodka. What do you think of that? Fuck off. This fucking face.
Right?
I'm crying over here, dude. God damn it. Oh, God.
Look, Clip Studio Paint's a pretty good program. You can do all kinds of stupid shit.
Yeah, apparently, did it show? Damn. Oh, man. Whew. That's a face only a mother could love. Damn, he needs to piss on his teeth. Look how yellow those teeth are. God damn.
Yeah, I was looking at this like, dude, you really should piss on your teeth.
Hey, let down him. We'll piss on my teeth, make them white. Take that.
Mm-hmm. Gotta do choppers.
What I like is like, looks like he's supposed to have like some sunglasses on, like his head or something like that. But it just
I think he actually
point. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think he actually does. I forget about that because that was like a picture at Comic-Con or something.
Yeah. It just the point comes up and just like he's got two.
Yeah, because I warped it so much that you can't tell.
Oh God! Can you get me the?
But you notice the background. The background's still in like good shape too. So I didn't.
Yeah.
I did it right. So I didn't warp it too
There's
fucked
only
up.
a slight warping next to his ear over here. That's it though.
Yeah.
Everything else looks fine.
Did a pretty good job.
You need to give me the picture of the diarrhea chili.
All right, hold on. Let me find that one.
I know we've gone way off topic, but who cares? I suck at drawing Yoda. Just remember, it's less about Yoda; it's more about his ginormous, gigantic pee-pee.
Yeah. You just draw like a big giant like.
You don't even have to draw Yoda; just have it like off to the side and just like draw a gigantic pee-pee and like, and it's leading back, and all you see is like robes, so you know it's Yoda. It's perfect.
Yeah,
I didn't have to warp his face at all, but it just looks like fucking.
that's all you need.
It's so bad. Like I said, he looks like a fucking Neanderthal. So you don't need to. No wonder he was so good in like those makeup roles.
Oh yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why he was Beauty and the Beast because he looks. He just needed to put like a fucking weird nose on, and he's the Beast.
Yeah, Hellboy. He was also wasn't he in Star Trek Nemesis? He was like the Reman bad guy.
I think so. I think he might have been a Star Trek alien.
He died. I just took a diarrhea shit into a bowl of chili and made it. How do you like that with your tiny hands, motherfucker? I like how you said motherfucker too. Like no.
Yeah, there's a very specific way that he does things, or like he still posts, and you gotta do it just right. That completes the meme.
Mm-hmm. That's been and this
just like was there a topic? It's like no, not really. I think we're winding down. Basically, is what's going on.
Yeah, pretty much. Kind of like like literally when we announced the Midnight Cowboy the other day. All we did was at the end we started talking about Star Trek.
So, why not? Right?
Yeah, exactly. It's
a good show.
Well, it was like it all started because, like I said, like the submarine could probably go into space one day, and they said, "Why? Why not?" Yeah. Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't it? So.
Not even get on land; they can get into space eventually.
Yeah, and the thing is, Cab is not the only one doing these little Donnie posts. There's a bunch of.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. Like,
yeah.
If you can go look them up yourself, there's a million of them. They're all pretty good.
You just look up. I think you just just look up. Just do a certain a search says little Donnie. Yeah.
Also, I like breaking news.
Mm-hmm.
Count Dankula is breaking it. Is I got told Ricardo Milo streams League of Legends on Twitch. I said there's no way. I checked it for myself. It's real and it's everything I expected to be.
Who's that?
That's the dancing Brazilian guy with the
oh, really?
American flag. Yeah, he's a streams League of Legends on Twitch now.
That's great. I love it.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I got. Well, looking at these, I was like, damn, I actually didn't retweet these. What is wrong with me? You know?
Because you're a terrible person.
I'm necroing this thread over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it. I think we're done for tonight after
Yeah.
talking about like
Had
diarrhea shits and
jerking off homeless people behind the fucking Man Chinese Theater or whatever it's called now.
yeah, and Yoda's Whopper Dong.
Upper Dong. Yeah.
So.
And Cuck Windu. Don't forget that.
Cuck Wendig. Cuck Wind. Oh man. But anyway, so I hope everybody has a good night. We'll probably be back tomorrow. I don't know. I'm sure something will come up that'll be funny. And if Piper's here, we'll have a post-mortem about a certain blue-haired troll, hopefully. So anyway, y'all have a good night.
Do I got to do the thing?
You got